Welcome to ESI Survival Guide. As many of you know, ESI stands for Electronically Stored Information, and essentially, in its most basic form, this is a blog about that. But it's so much more. So I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself, but also introduce you to this new online resource. My name is Matthew Knopf. I've been a practicing attorney for going on 9 years, and 6 of those years have been spent neck deep in e-discovery, data privacy, and legal technology as an attorney, as a consultant, and as an academic. Now, this nexus, or rather head-on collision between technology and the law that's occurred over the past decade and really ramped up over the past few years has created a unique environment globally for legal practitioners. Now, many might say this is a crisis environment, one that's characterized with rising litigation costs and increased uncertainty as the tortoise that is the law is outrun by the hare that is technology. However, I think many more would say this is an environment that's ripe with opportunity, that these technological issues can be addressed with increased technological savvy. Now, here is where we hope to help. There are so many great resources out there, and they come in all shapes and sizes. Blogs, websites, white papers, journal articles, but there's also a whole lot of noise. And the digital age presents enough challenges for legal professionals that we want to help cut through some of this racket. It is our goal to help contribute to and support those helpful resources out there, to help you come into contact with the professionals, the opinions, the text, and the other valuable assets that are helping shape our modern legal environment. As we put it, our goal is to help guide you through the electronic wilderness. On this site, we're going to offer a whole array of content on various topics. We're going to talk about e-discovery, data privacy, data security, information governance and records management, information technology. We're going to talk about federal, state, and local rules, laws from all over the world. We're going to offer practical tips, tricks, strategies, and techniques that you can use in your daily practice. We're going to have some tomfoolery, some skylarkery, and rabble-rousing. All in all, this is designed to provoke you to action. We want you to learn, but we also want you to join the dialogue, join the conversation. And we hope we can do all this in a way that is informative, that is easy to digest, and that's accessible. We also hope that it has Malcolm Gladwell's stickiness factor. Now you'll notice there's a whole bunch of tabs up here across the top of your screen. If you can stick around for a little bit, I'd like to walk you through each one. There's a lot of great content out there on the web dealing with e-discovery, information governance, and the like, but a lot of it is really conceptual. Many of you eat, sleep, and breathe in the e-discovery trenches. You have your sleeves rolled up and you get your hands dirty every day. This section is for you. Here we're going to offer practical information on how you can handle the e-discovery tasks that you face every day. There have been so many landmark cases in the area of e-discovery, and the precedential value of these cases help form the foundation upon which lawyers build their positions. Now, this area of law is extremely dynamic. It's constantly maturing and evolving. But where it really gets interesting is out on the fringe, applying precedent to a unique fact pattern, or a court coming face-to-face with a new technology. It also creates a situation where you're going to see a lot of jurisdictional splits and differences of opinion. In the Case Law Lowdown, we're going to talk case law, old and new. We're going to talk about helpful takeaways and the implications these opinions have for the future. The community that helps push the legal profession forward in the information age is extremely diverse, extremely intelligent, and extremely creative. In the Expert's Edge, we're going to engage this community directly in conversation.
So now we're going to talk about the privacy parley section. First, what the heck is a parley? A parley is a conference between two parties in a dispute. And you don't get a hotter topic today that generates more disputes than data privacy. Now, the line between what is private and what is public is blurring more and more every day. Social media, geolocation on mobile devices, government surveillance in the NSA debate, and how to carve out private spaces in a world with ever-increasing connectivity make this a really interesting discussion. Add to that The differences around the world on notions of privacy and how to protect privacy make this an even more fascinating debate. Now, what we're going to do in the Privacy Parley is we're going to talk about all things data privacy and privacy law. We're going to talk about privacy in the cloud and practical ways you can protect yourself online. Some of the world's leading experts on data privacy and academia in this area are going to join us as well.
In the brass tacks section, we'll talk about technology basics for lawyers. So, how does this computer work? What does this do? Why is it important? What is BYOD? What is the EDRM? What happens when a client emails documents to you? What is metadata? What is a PST? What is OCR? Why is everybody so excited about the cloud? These are all issues we're going to talk about in the brass tacks. Now, the information age knows no geographic boundaries, and as the world shrinks due to advancements in information and communications technology, you see that different legal frameworks collide. Companies face different legal obligations depending on the countries in which they do business. You even see implications these issues have for individual rights. And around the world, we're going to bring our discussion on law and technology to a global stage, and we'll provide a forum to showcase diverse viewpoints from around the world.
Remember how when you were a kid, maybe you played video games all the time, your parents were always nagging you about going outside, maybe riding your bike, maybe jumping in a lake or something? Now, we're not going to encourage you to jump in a lake, but we are going to nag you to get offline and get outside. In this section, we're going to talk about conferences, events, different workshops, other networking opportunities, and basically encouraging you to have conversations the old way, using your mouth to speak words to another human being's face.
As professionals, we're always trying to get better. We're trying to learn new skills, hone existing ones, and just be better at our jobs. Me personally, I do this thing called Self-Improvement Saturdays, where, as the name implies, I try and hone a new professional skill every Saturday. The Self-Improver section is designed to do just that. We're going to talk about CLEs, training workshops, and professional certifications, all geared towards helping you build new skill sets and becoming better professionals.
There are so many highly regarded legal think tanks out there that help push the ball forward. Groups like the Sedona Conference, the EDRM, ILTA, ARMA, and various bar association groups. These bubbles consist of highly skilled professionals dealing with very complex issues. Now in the think tank, we're going to introduce these groups to the uninitiated, discuss some of their work product, and even show you how you might be able to join the bubble. Oh, hello. In the Academia in Action section, we'll explore some of the more advanced conceptual elements of that crossroads between law and technology. We'll talk to law professors, we'll talk to CLE instructors, and we'll talk to authors of law journal articles and other scholarly works. We'll also explore how law schools are trying to prepare the lawyers of tomorrow to handle digital age issues. In the e-Paris section, we're going to talk about a whole grab bag of different topics. Pop culture, public interest stories, and all the weirdness that surrounds e-discovery and information technology. Topics like hacker culture, the singularity, the splinter net. We're going to talk about all sorts of different magazine articles. We'll talk about how to stay alive in the woods. We'll talk about artificial intelligence. We might even tell you what unicorns are made of.
Now, one thing that I think we can all agree on is that legal costs are expensive. Now, the pace at which information is being generated is increasing at a very rapid pace. And what this means is the cost to manage that information and to usher it through the legal process are increasing as well. This puts e-discovery and data management squarely on the corporate radar. Now, business people want to advance business interests. They don't want to get stuck in legal quagmires. In the business case, we're going to talk about budgetary issues, procurement strategies, cost containment, risk assessment, the RFP and the RFI process, and how e-discovery and information governance impact the enterprise at large.
Folks often focus on all the doom and gloom associated with all the
ESI we have to deal with as legal professionals. However, at the same time, there's all this great technology being developed to help us. Technological problems require technological solutions. Now, in Tools of the Trade, we're going to do all sorts of interesting things. We're going to demo new technologies, we're going to talk to developers, and we're going to have workshops that will help you get the most out of the technology that you use every day. So I know you're probably saying to yourself, Matt, this isn't much of an online resource with just one video. Now, if there's one thing I'm going to do, I'm always going to be honest with you. The truth is, we were going to launch this in mid-year, but with Legal Tech coming in New York just next week, we decided to advance it a little bit. So there will be friends, colleagues, experts, and other professionals that will be joining me to build content for you guys. So continue to follow us. We hope that you come back and you'll see a lot of new content getting generated in the coming weeks.